With EA announcing all of the new World Cup features coming to FIFA 23 Ultimate Team, there's been one thing that has grabbed the community's attention, and myself included, because EA never really miss when it comes to this stuff, but it is indeed World Cup swaps. But obviously when they do release a new feature like this, and it is a little bit more complicated than the normal swap system, there's been a little bit of confusion around it, and rightly so. So hopefully in this video today, lads, I will explain to you in depth how it works, how you can claim these World Cup swaps cards, and how you can also redeem them. If this video does help you out, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and if there's any unanswered questions, then make sure to let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Let's get into it. Now, I will have my FIFA team in the background just for something to look at, because it'd be better than just a black screen or like a, I don't know, a overlay of grass or something. It's just something to look at, right? So we will have my FIFA team in the background. But let's get started. Now, all of these, by the way, are taken from the official EA website. But first of all, lads, we have got EA saying and stating, we are excited to share that the World Cup swaps will launch on November 11th, which is when you're probably watching this video, might be watching it a couple weeks after, but highlighted is the main key point in this message. Say, similar to icon swaps, you will be able to get FIFA World Cup swaps tokens that you can redeem for permanent pack content and player items. Self-explanatory, kind of like any other swap system we've got. Basically, the amount of swaps you trade, you can get in return for packs, player items, etc. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky and a little bit more complicated than the usual swap system. The majority of FIFA World Cup swaps tokens will be earnable in offline and online objectives, which is how they do it anyway. One of my most popular series is the objective guides, and in fact, if you guys are interested in that, whenever EA release new objectives, most of them, like I said, will have these swaps in it, as they say here. I will have a video up on it with probably in 30 minutes to an hour, okay? So if you do want to see that, there's obviously, I've got an objective guide playlist, all of that good stuff, so we will record lots of videos with these, but the key thing here, offline and online objectives, yep, but you can complete using FIFA World Cup player items. Now you may be wondering, what are FIFA World Cup player items? So FIFA World Cup player items, players selected in the 32 qualified national teams will receive a FIFA World Cup player item within Ultimate Team. An example of this, let's say, Spain qualified for the World Cup. Can't use any Italians for this example, sorry Italy. But let's say Pedri, for example. He's got his normal gold rare card, which I would assume would also be in packs at the same time, but once he's from Spain, and this is 100%, this is not confirmed, this is genuinely just an example. It'll be players like Pedri, for example, will receive a FIFA World Cup item as well. And as I said, this can go for lots of the players that play for high tier World Cup. They might give Messi and Ronaldo a World Cup item, and it's probably going to be the exact same as their card. In fact, they do say some of them will be the same. Some of the World Cup items will have increased stats compared to the gold version, for example. Now, as well, it is not highlighted, but if you read past the highlighted message, it says some FIFA World Cup player items may have increased attributes compared to their base version. Plus, the more FIFA World Cup player items you collect, the better your end of event rewards can potentially be. Now, the end of event rewards, we will get into that in a different video, because that's a whole different concept to swaps, and we do not want to make this video too advanced, so we'll ignore that part. But basically what we can take from this is, let's say maybe they decide to upgrade some of Pedri's stats from his gold card instead. I'm not sure which players they're going to choose, and you know, some players, I'm going for what they say, it seems like some players will just stay the exact same and just be a different version, kind of like the UCL version of the cards that we got in FIFA 21 and FIFA 22. Remember, or it wasn't even in last FIFA, sorry, but FIFA 21, FIFA 20, we all remember the UCL cards. I assume it's basically going to be the same thing, but I guess a few players, maybe some high tier players, players that are performing good in real life, will receive a boosted version instead. Now, how can you get these special World Cup items that you need to get first before you can even look at doing the swaps objectives? Starting from the beginning, there'll be plenty of additional opportunities to earn FIFA World Cup player items during Season 2, which is the current season of FIFA. Select packs that you earn from rewards, as well as some store packs. So basically what it's saying is the store packs will be refreshed to start including FIFA World Cup player items as guaranteed bonus content during Season 2. Alright, which is the World Cup season, I guess you can say. This means that packs with, and this is what is highlighted, FIFA World Cup player items will contain their usual content as well as the World Cup player items in addition. Okay, so there will also be more FIFA World Cup player item packs available in milestone objectives and as repeatable squad building challenges. So nonetheless, I mean, I say in short, right, the way that you can obtain World Cup players like that Pedri card would be through buying packs. Obviously, it's EA, buying packs, but it also looks like you'll be able to get some of them via objectives, and you'll also be able to get some of them via squad building challenges. So now you guys know how to obtain the World Cup items, or the World Cup players, once again, via repeatable SBCs, via store packs, via milestones. Going back on over, you should have enough players to be able to start working towards your swaps. Going back to this message, obtain FIFA World Cup player items to complete swaps objectives. And the majority of the swaps objectives, it does say will be offline and online that you can complete once again using World Cup player items. So the offline and online objectives would probably just be like they usually are, kind of similar to the summer swaps we had last year. We had lots of those milestone objectives, player objectives that had swaps within them. I'd assume it would be something similar. So now you know how to get the World Cup players, you know how to get your swaps tokens via objectives. Now the rewards. What rewards are there? How do you claim them? Now this might make it a little bit easier to look at for you guys. I do have to say I did not make this, by the way. I cannot take the credit for this. This is on EA's official website. So the first card, alright, the first card is the Pedri example I gave you, right? So you'll earn players with this card, say a Pedri, he might not even get one, you get what I mean, just using him as an example, but that is what a FIFA World Cup player card will look like, and with those cards you will use them to complete swaps objectives. It says use FIFA World Cup player items to earn FIFA World Cup swaps tokens, and with those swaps tokens you can then trade them for some rewards. It says you can get some FIFA World Cup stars, some packs, some picks. So it looks like you can trade them for some pretty neat stuff. And it does say a permanently upgraded FIFA World Cup star player item from each of the 32 nations at the FIFA World Cup will be available to redeem as a part of the FIFA World Cup swaps rewards within squad building challenges. So how to redeem them, you'll head on over to the squad building challenges and you'll be a swap section, which is where they'll all be available to redeem. Now going back to the star player items, I want to give you guys a little bit of an example. It says a player from every single 32 nations. I feel like, I don't know if the smaller nations will get it, but going off of that, it looks like there'll be lots of pretty cool players that you can trade your swaps tokens for. Let's just take Brazil for example, maybe a little bit of Arsenal bias here, but let's say Brazil. Let's say the Brazilian star player, I think it's already leaked to be Fabinho by the way, but once again this is just an example. So let's say you've got Gabriel Jesus, could be Brazil's World Cup star player, okay? And then maybe Switzerland, it could be Shaqiri, Granit Xhaka, Akanji, something like that. They'll basically receive a really nice boosted card that you can go ahead and trade your swaps for, as it said before, along with some packs and picks. So ladies and gentlemen, simple as for the recap, okay, for the overview, you're going to start off, you're going to want to obtain some special World Cup player items. As I said, normal players within this game from nations that have qualified for the World Cup, sorry Italy, will receive a special card. Some of them, as EA did mention, some of them might have boosted attributes to their normal card, some of them might just be the exact same, okay? With these World Cup players that you're getting, these World Cup version of the player cards, you can then use to complete some objectives which will unlock you the swaps. And with those swaps, you can go ahead and trade them for some packs, player picks, or as mentioned earlier, some of the World Cup stars. It's a relatively simple concept once you actually get the hang of it and kind of grasp it. It does seem very complicated at first though, because it's like an extra step. It's kind of like all of the other swap systems that we've had, like last year especially with summer swaps, except this time you kind of need the World Cup players first before you can start getting the swaps tokens. I assume, as I said, all of the objectives where you'll unlock the swaps, I'd assume it would probably have like a World Cup player requirement, like play games with at least 5 World Cup player cards in your squad, something like that. Let me know what you guys think of this down below, and as I said, any unanswered questions, let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you. Alright, much love boys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.